Shark Attack. Gee, if that's not the most generic name you've ever heard of for a movie, then I don't know. But here we are, Shark Attack 1, the movie. Super freaking generic. Oh, gosh. So the story is about a marine biologist who basically goes out to Africa to go investigate a bunch of shark attacks that have been happening. There's a lot more to the story, but I'm going to just leave it at that because this story gets too complex for its own good. It just kind of comes off as confusing towards the end with like the cure to cancer or some crap, and I just kind of lost interest, to be honest. I mean, the story wasn't like horrible, but it wasn't exactly that good, and it just kind of follows the very straightforward stereotype with evil corporate businessman, shark attacks, woman falling for guy. It's really generic. It's not horrible, but it's not excellently made. But to be fair, this was made in '99, so I will cut it some slack. In terms of shark time for the sharks in this movie, it wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't like total crap, but it really wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't much better than that. I was not impressed. There just really is not a lot of shark time in this movie, and it's just a lot of talking. It's kind of the stereotype where it's like, oh, it's a shark movie and the sharks aren't in it. Yeah, it's pretty much that. But again, this came out in '99, so I gotta cut it a tiny bit of slack. But the sharks are really not in it that much. Now, for the third time, I've got to cut the movie some slack because it's 1999, but the shark kills that are in this movie are really generic. Like, they were all straight out of Jaws, they were all basic, boring, they're not interesting in the slightest, they're really lame underwater kills. There's really not a single exciting one past that. But again, it's the late 90s, we didn't really have anything else, so for underwater kills, I will say these were at least good. I mean, they were at least good, yeah. There's no CGI in the movie, because CGI wasn't really there back then, and animation as a whole wasn't as big as it is now, so they used practical effects and stock footage. I gotta say that the sharks actually looked pretty real, and I was quite impressed with how they looked. When they were eating people, I was quite impressed with it, and it didn't look fake as shit like how it does nowadays with all these sci-fi movies, and it actually looks pretty good for the most part. It actually looks like the person was getting eaten. So even though they were generic as hell water kills, I gotta say they were at least nice looking generic as hell water kills, and it looked good. So it's definitely got that going for it, and it really just kind of makes me wish that they would go back to using practical effects in some of these movies, because some of these honestly look better than the crap we get nowadays. Now everything's got to be all high quality and all that nice good shit. But I mean, this movie got it done just fine. So unfortunately, when it comes to the acting, I can't really give it a pass because it's '99. This movie does not get a pass on that one. In terms of acting, it's just not very good at all. The main character, who is also in all the Starship Troopers movies for some reason, he's decent enough. Like, he's not crap, he actually kind of tries. He gets a pass, but I mean, this is the guy from Starship Troopers, you know, the good one. Everyone else is just so ridiculously bad and unknown. Like, some of it is just pure dog crap. Overall, I gotta say the acting was pretty piss poor for the most part. Even with what year it was, I was not impressed at all. The acting definitely gets a thumbs down no matter what year it is. This brings me to the overall, so wow, that was a quick review. Well, I don't have that much to say about the movie, to be honest. It's got pretty bad acting, pretty generic basic shark kills, some nice special effects for the time, and it's a really generic story, I felt. In fact, the whole movie suffers from just being a generic shark movie. I know that's me saying this after I've seen a bunch of them, but I mean, the movie is just called Shark Attack. It doesn't get much more basic and generic of a movie name than that. There's so many other movies with the word Shark Attack in it, but it's usually something like Jersey Shore Shark Attack, Spring Break Shark Attack. No, this is literally just Shark Attack. It's as generic of a name as it gets. The movie's not total shit, it's not shark shit, but you're really not doing much better than this. You're scraping this one out of the bottom of the toilet, but you're not all the way down the fucking pipes. You could do a lot better, but you could certainly do a lot worse. And unfortunately, I just don't have anything really to say about this movie. I was just really kind of uninterested, like the whole movie, and thought it was moderately generic. Like, so for that, I'm gonna have to give it on the shark scale a 2 out of 5. It's just generally generic. I mean, you wouldn't really be missing a damn thing if you skipped this one. This would be the last in the it would not be the last in the Shark Attack series. There would be Shark Attack 2, Electric Boogaloo, and a third one. I'll look at those soon enough. I'll see you guys on the next Shark Review.